Walter Scott, say his name. Walter Scott, say his name. Walter Scott, say his name. Walter Scott, won't you say his name? Jermaine Reed, say his name. Jermaine Reed, say his name. Jermaine Reed, say his name. Jermaine Reed, won't you say his name? Philip White, say his name. Philip White, say his name. Philip White, say his name. Philip White, won't you say his name? Say his name. 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 Eric Garner, 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 won't you say his name? Trayvon Martin, say his name. Trayvon Martin, say his name. Trayvon Martin, say his name. Trayvon Martin, won't you say his name? Sean Bell, say his name. Sean Bell, say his name. Sean Bell, say his name. Sean Bell, won't you say his name? Say his name. 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 Won't you say his name?
Freddie Gray, say his name. Freddie Gray, say his name. Freddie Gray, say his name. Freddie Gray, won't you say his name? Ayanna Jones, say her name. Ayanna Jones, say her name. Ayanna Jones, say her name. Ayanna
Peace, peace, party people in the place to be.
Peace, peace.
Yeah, I know you can't see us, but that's okay.
And you will soon.
You can't see us.
And if this were radio, you would never see us.
Hola!
Hola!
What's going on, beautiful people? So we are here. We're trying to do both things, and no matter how prepared you think you are, you're still not prepared. But then you're always really prepared.
I was prepared. Your heart is prepared.
I'm just prepared.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the tech just got to catch up with the heart.
The tech got to
you
catch
know?
up. I think the tech is good. The tech is
Good.
good. Okay, we're good.
Cool.
I think we're good. Yep.
Yeah?
So, live from the epicenter of innovation,
And creation.
we are 1010 wins. You give us at least one what's good, and we'll give you a whole world. Another world is happening.
Because of you. Mhm.
Here we are, June 22nd edition. I mean, I don't know how many weeks we've been in it, but it's been a while. We're still in it. We're still committed. We love you.
Mhm. That's right. I'm going to go through some of the headlines. We have a special guest tonight. Really excited. If you don't know Phase 1, you're going to get to know him this evening. We are going to hear from a report back on our Black and Brown Unite front here in NYC. We're going to hear some good news from the Supreme Court, as my sister now calls it, reform news. But Supreme Court can do some major damage and some major paving. So we are excited about the news from our Supreme Court. We're excited about the youth getting involved in causes that matter. It was a Black Lives Matter march for youth this past Saturday. We got to go to a Zoom concert, movie, documentary from Music Cambia about their work in prison.
That was actually date night. We were watching work and prisoners perform, which was just normal around here.
Zoom date night.
Zoom date night.
Yeah.
That's right.
Watching incredible talent, sometimes in orange suits. Crazy stuff. But powerful, extremely powerful, and great people doing great work inside and outside. As always, we got some family, we got some friends, might have some freestyles. Reporting back on Saturday's Club Corona that was led by Isaiah Bailey, a young youth in the movement. And again, we have Phase 1, the World Wonder, as our special guest for this evening. It is Maroon Monday. We've seen some of these wonderful folks today already, and they're joining us again. Hello, Political Pete.
Peace,
Good to
peace.
see you on IG.
Political P, he's been going hard with us. Right? We just met our brother, and like it's always good. It's always good. We've been building, and we always make this joke. We've been building on buildings.
Building on buildings.
Building on buildings. So if anybody out there knows how to get a building, it's a good time to talk to us, because we got people who got plans, a whole basketball academy, a whole holistic way beyond the YMCA. So come check us out, hit us up. And if you're just tuning in, you can also check us out on Facebook. There's more little features on there. Check it out. It's a little crazy, y'all.
A little crazy.
A little
Just
crazy.
a little bit.
A little crazy. We show videos, and my man Phase 1's gonna come on, so you can't really see him on IG. So we'll just give people time to get on the bus.
That's right. Do we need to do a sound check on our Facebook, or do you feel good?
Sound check?
Mm-hmm.
Sound check 1 2 1 2. What you want me to do? A freestyle? Why don't you freestyle?
You freestyle.
Nah, I think the sound is cool.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's cool.
Your cousin's in there, so she'll tell us. She'll let us know.
Okay, she let us know.
Yes.
Right.
All right. Cool. Should we kick it off?
Kick it off. What you
All
kicking
right.
it off with?
So I have to admit, I took a wee nap, as my granny would say, and I woke up to Spirit being quite lit up by a call that he was on with Black Panthers, Young Lords, reflecting and assessing on the march from not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before.
June 14th.
June 14th.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Talk about it.
Well, a lot of good news. the fact that we meeting, breathing, living, continuing is great news. We are figuring out ways to better ourselves, figuring out ways to lay further foundations to put more teachings at the particular marches and rallies, which was something that brought up earlier, expanding our reach. Right now, tentatively speaking, it is a June 14th brigade, which is really dope. To have a name is a lot. To have a name is to have a house. To have a house is to have a last name, and it helps you continue to flame. But it's really cool, really cool. We doing it. 5,000 people, maybe plus, that came out on June 14th. Not one incident. Nothing was vandalized. Nobody was hurt. Big up to Zulu and the original Panthers for doing their thing out there and holding us down with security. Obviously, the usual suspects, Immortal Technique, Not For Profit. Ngoma was also there rocking. We had
Brotherhood Sister Soul had a young poet with the I Can't Breathe poem. Beautiful.
Yes. We're working on trying to get that program to y'all. My cousins was out there with us, so that always feels good, and they brought out some really good assessments and some good tools. That's how you know where we at. So if you want to organize with us, please do. We are in the spirit of and the legacy of the Black Panthers, the Young Lords, as well as the Zapatistas and Iwa King. So trying to build up this Rainbow Coalition, a new Black arts movement. That's what we are. That's what we do. And I'm fired up because the amount of beautiful Black and brown women that lead this movement. I'm always beyond humbled to be taking orders and directives from these women. Joanna Fernandez, salute, held it down. If you don't know, her work extends far and wide. She's been doing a lot of work with the Mumia campaign and coalition, going out there doing docs, films, just speaking. She's just a fierce warrior. Mariposa was also one of the main pillars there. One of the cultural committee tip, bringing in people, making sure that voice of culture was there, and obviously the OGs, Minerva, and Mickey Mendez, one of the founders of the Young Lords. So it was really a blessing. Obviously, Brother Shep, but we mentioned we had our Zulus and our Black Panthers there. But I think we're on a path for continuing more greatness. So be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout, and some things are coming soon. We can't say too much until they there, but some things are coming.
Yeah, it's really, really inspiring. It has inspired. It has brought people to Maroon Mondays. More people are organizing because of this Black and Brown unity. So yeah, it's a good look for everybody. The amount of people that are committing once again, or committing maybe for the first time, to really studying themselves, studying who's around, how they can ignite who's around them to help make change. So it's definitely, some flames are spreading.
Flames. What up, Anita? Iceland in the house. I don't know how y'all. Okay, it's not so late, but thank you for being here.
It's it must be late. It's 10:10. I mean, it's after 10 here, so.
Yeah. But Iceland's only like 4 hours ahead. They're not 6. So.
Okay.
So it's not so bad.
It's after midnight.
I mean, I would be up at 2, 3 in the morning. So.
True.
That's what we do.
All right. Much love to Iceland. Much love to
everybody
tuning in.
Yes.
Yes, and please feel free to be active in the chat. Drop your good news if you have good news that is not on our little teeny list right here. You can please share. We love to share good news from around the planet.
That's right. Blue Dream Radio. What up?
Mm-hmm.
Our people salute, doing their thing all the time. Check them out. They got live feeds going out all the time. I believe it's every Friday. I think it's every Friday, or maybe one Friday a month. But they got a really good connection with the cannabis front, and also culture. You know what I'm saying? And politics, obviously. And then some young people be on the program, so we need those voices for the young people hearing from them directly. So big up for bringing that good news. Everyone's doing good news.
Everyone's doing good news. It's the wave.
It's the wave.
People say that?
It's the new wave. I don't know what they say.
I don't care what they say. Good news is always good, no matter what you call it.
No, what they say.
Speaking of youth, we went to a kids march here. Mommies Unite got the word out. Our sister Maisha from the Bronx invited us to come through on Saturday, and it was beautiful. We met in Central Park and then walked all the way over to the east side, and there was just, to see the youth out there with their signs and their dashikis and their passion for each other, to see the parents working. It was magic. It was magical.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about that a little bit today. We were assessing it, and I think one main thing is to note that whenever you're in a space where you could have your children and other children of people that you've grown up with and you love be together and grow up in a movement, that's how you know it's going to sustain and last. When you have your elders and your parents, people are introducing each other, and that's also a way to weed out infiltrators and COINTELPRO. That's not a conversation.
Say more. Come on, say a little more.
Well, I mean, throughout our history, you always get new people sometimes. You don't know who they are. You don't know where they come from. And people get interested and intrigued. And then the way it always is somebody brings you in, right? Or somebody can vouch for you. And the same way an organization is like your last name, I mean, you don't get anything more intimate than knowing somebody's mother, and being like, okay, what I'm saying? Like, I know where you live. Your mother cooked me food. I mean, they pretty slick and sly, and I'm sure maybe once in a blue moon they've done this, but to create a family for like 30 years, I don't think they could do that.
Infiltrate.
Yeah, to be like, okay, we're going to put a baby there for you, and then you're going to raise that baby, and you're going to, it's too much, so
I see.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Family's good. Family that vouches for family is always family.
That was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
That's cool. I mean, it makes sense. This might date me a little bit, but I went to this like hippie commune daycare collective as a kid, and I knew all their parents and aunts and uncles, and we still know each other. And if somebody called me from that school around us, is what it was called in Maine, if someone called me from school around us, I would answer the call. Because that's how much trust there was built up with all of the collective work that we did as kids. I mean, as kids, you're just playing around and doing dances and stuff, but the parents were always whispering and talking and getting no nukes, stopping wars and stuff. So, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool. Mm-hmm. All right, so that's kids for Black Lives Matter. So good it made us break our rule about putting our kids on Facebook, but that's all right, we won't.
Oh, we actually didn't. We didn't. We still keeping the rule. I mean, we got some really dope. They might be album covers though. Oh, okay. Well,
I thought he did.
No, I didn't. That was a family.
Whoops. He's usually the stricter one, So I thought he broke the rule about the kids on Facebook. Anyway, whoops. Yeah, if their album covers, it passes, and then okay. So I'll just have to write it now. Make an album.
Make an album.
Okay. But Partners with Patience. Is Amara here yet?
Oh, I don't know. But I'm sure you can circle back to it. You can wait a little bit. Circle back to it. That's good. That's really good news.
Really good news. Yeah. We just there's so many people that make things work. It's not always the ones that you see on the front lines. There's the folks that also are cooking the food and making sure the house has toilet paper. And your mom has been holding it down for sure. Because Maroon Bunnies is like 5 or 6 phone calls at this point. So no, but
right. Yeah. It's
you
real.
don't need toilet paper, but you need toilet paper. And if you have children, they need to eat, and someone needs to feed them. So thank you to all the family and partners that make everything happen for folks that are on the front lines, on the Zoom lines. Yeah. So we had an open mic led by Isaiah Bailey on Saturday, and we've been doing some Club Corona open mics. it's a beautiful culture that's been happening. Very, very free, and lots of different talent for everything from cello to violin to classic rhyming and just a wide range. And this past Saturday, one of the young people that Daniel Barrow, Kimberly Wimberly, and I used to teach along with some other educators from Bloom Street Academy and The Door. He wanted to lead it, and he wanted to make it a fundraiser and the voice of the youth rise up. So they raised double the amount that they thought they would raise. And people from all over chimed in and listened in. I was happy to see my sister there.
Where was that money going to?
Where was the money going to? It was half and half. It was half and half.
Half and half.
So one, there's a group for Queer Lives Against Gun Violence, and there's so much going on that we haven't talked too much about June being Anti-Gun Violence Month, but it is and classically has been. We've done a lot of work. Fathers Up, Guns Down.
June is Anti-Pig Month. Actually, I think it just needs to state it 365 Anti-Pig Year.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, we're working on those calendars, the titles. So if you know much about cities, usually when they get hotter, the guns come out. And so in the past, June has been Anti-Gun Violence Month. So half of the money went there. And then half of the money was going to go to Black Lives Matter. And Isaiah, the youth, said, let's do something a little bit more local. And he has seen Spirit working, and Spirit's been coming to the open mics, and they decided to donate half of the money to our work, and July 17th. So yeah, so we have a little bit of change to call out folks to come through to Staten Island on July 17th for Eric Garner's birthday.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So
he might be a little disappointed to know that we're not so local, but
Isaiah?
Yeah.
Because we're so international?
Yeah, we're so international.
But July 17th is very local.
Oh, July 17th.
Yeah.
The action is local.
The action is super local. Yeah.
Okay.
The action is super local.
Oh.
And I think he's a smart young man, If we talk about how the Black Panthers were international and, you give a little context to internationalism and what it can do for a movement. I don't think he'd be too disappointed.
Salute.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing that. That young person is an example, and we said this and we'll say it again, to when and how you feel or hear the call to organize. The Panthers, a young Lord's 13, 14 years old. He's been coming up doing his thing since 15, 16?
Mm-hmm.
And he's about 20 something now, 20, yeah. I mean, that's an example, you know what I'm saying? So when people are like, oh, I don't know, I still got my life to live, I'm young or whatever, listen, revolution don't wait, not in that respect, so we keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. Keep it moving. Culture is a weapon, and the youth are the leaders.
Are we doing like half and half? Or are you going through all the cards? Or because we did that last time, and I feel like you circled back. So can we intermission time right now?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Okay. Intermission time. I gotta help sometimes with the DJing. Chicka, chicka, chicka. All of y'all party people out there who are on Instagram, check us out on Facebook. We're gonna play a video right now of my man Phase 1, the World Wonder. So tune in. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds because I'm doing tech. But other than that, it's going.
Join us on Facebook.
Facebook.
Soul Spirit Child Phoenix. SOUEL is the first word.
Let's see if we can get it.
Outraged protesters took to the streets around the country for the 4th straight night of the death of George Floyd. Fear and frustration.
What's the matter? We so matter. What's the matter? Got my hands in the clouds while we ducking police rounds.
Marvin Gaye's in his grave and he's turning. We on that pressure cooker and we slowly burning. Mercy, mercy me, what's going on is so concerning. Came up indoctrinated, it's so hard to unlearn it. I tell you it's kinda scary to try to bring a kid in this. Tell them to do what is right and then get killed in this. Gotta be deep as a mob, survival of the fit. Two halves make a whole, I'm still 3/5 too more sure. What's the 4-year plan looking like? Well, I don't know. What's the 8-year plan? I don't say that we ain't promised tomorrow though. Tell me think ahead, grind. Rest is for the dead still. Got me walk around like I done made my bed still. Though don't grow on trees, still I need to get my plate filled. Coppers with the heat, like we back up on the grill again. Never ending cycle, wonder why it makes a psycho singing.
What's the matter? We still matter. What's the matter? Got my hands in the clouds while we ducking police rounds. What's the matter? We still matter. What's the matter? Got my hands in the clouds while we ducking police rounds.
I say glory, glory, hallelujah. Illuminati causing static in my medulla. Enemies move like intruders. Standing on your front porch, I'ma do ya. Now I'ma school ya, like lean on me. No Islam, still I keep the peace on me. Assalamu alaikum to my big homies. Either way, I still don't touch the pigs, homie. Holy, holy, I think I might be Bruce or Clyde. Gliding over the Gotham sky, seeing visions that'll bruise your mind. Black Jesus was crucified, radio was choked out. These are type of things they never spoke about. Still these be the things that we know about. Keep it on the down low, never take the known route. Quietly, secret society, all we ask is trust. And stay prepared for when the enemies clash with us. Get your
What's the
mind
matter?
right.
We still matter. What's the matter? Got my hands in the clouds while we ducking police rounds. What's the matter? We still matter. What's the matter? Got my hands in the clouds while we ducking police rounds.
Yo, Bob Marley's in his grave and he's turning. All of those messages we live like we ain't learn them. He said one love, or is it love we feeling but we hurting? These haters with intellect is rising like an emergence. You hearing them talking like
A lot of folks we know are
Made me a robot, a Frankenstein, a
people
puppet.
threats.
What has
Where they have multiple talents, and in these COVID times, people are upping their talents. So before quarantine, I don't think FaZe was making his own videos like that. You know?
No, I mean that's what we're gonna ask and find out. I was like, man, you've been putting out videos like bang, 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 bang. What? How'd that happen? What's up with that? So we're gonna try to get him in, get him on. We apologize if it takes us 2 seconds longer than it should. But in the meantime, you can give us some good news. I know he's getting the message a little bit after because we're playing the video. He's seeing us live, and we're telling him, yo, right after, just call us. So that could be any time whenever that feed comes through. So
Well, I got more good news
Go
to
for
share.
it, go
All
for
right.
it.
We're joined here by Barrow on Instagram. What up, Barrow? How you doing? We did just shout out the Club Coronas and how they are doing the work. And all of the things that we do that we find to work, the rituals that we do that we find to work, they can be taken to different parts of the world. So we know that Iceland is on the call tonight. Iceland's already doing some major work with you. But open mics are a fantastic way to get to hear the voice of the people. And also when you make it about a certain event, or a certain event. Yes. It really changes the minds of people collectively. Phase one.
There he is. Hold on. We gotta put you on in the. There it is. All right, cool. We got you.
Y'all see me good?
We can see you really, really good. And yep, we're gonna probably.
Really, really good to see you.
Same here, same here.
Hold on. Let me see if we can get the sound a little better. And people out there, tell us if the sound is sounding crazy because I hear some windshield over there. What's happening? I can hear.
Oh, my bad. That could be a fan.
It's all good. It's all, listen, you know what's happening over here? We blazing in Seattle. So it's just, you know, we're like, yeah, we know what it is. So we're like, yo. Peace, brother. How you feeling, man?
I'm good, brother, man. I'm good, man. Thank you so much for having me on. Y'all vibe, man. I'm good. I've been good. I've been answering straight this across the board. I just been in a state of calm. You know what I'm saying? Like ever since this has began, I just been trying to stay as calm as possible. Like not trying to get my stress levels really high that I should. I'm not gonna lie. Having social media, you get to like indulge in a lot of visual things that could probably deter that calm. You know what I'm saying? But you do the best you can. So that's just been my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Our people answer that out. All right, you can keep talking though. we had the
1 2
Yeah.
Just to get a little mic check. 1 2 1 2 and it don't stop. You know
All
what
right.
I mean? In a place
Jake Rich is on. Jake Rich, what up, Jake Rich?
Oh, my man Jake Rich, what's good, big baby? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we was checking out some of your videos, man. Like for a minute, I don't know how many you put out now. You must have put out at least like what, an album worth of videos, like the quarantine videos joints. How many? Like 13 of them. How many?
I put out 10.
Okay.
So far, and I have about like 20 more joints. You know what I'm saying? I've been really at it like from the beginning. You could say like right around my birthday time, which was around like the 4th of April, like this big creative bug hit me, and I just went on a path with it. But you see, the thing is that this is like, it's a very natural thing for me to have runs like this, like creatively. But the thing is that I've never had an opportunity to present it in real time for the people. You know what I mean? Just based on, not knowing how to do certain things, which we'll get at when we continue talking, but like just, always needing to outsource. So it's like, it makes it harder and slower for people to get something. You know what I mean? So I went from like beginning of April to like right before George Floyd, the whole situation there happened. And I almost have like about 40 joints.
Wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Just
wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's crazy. I be bugging myself a little bit, but it's like, but it's crazy because the thing is that I felt compelled because when the shutdown began, I remember watching. Like I told you, I was just in a calm, right? So I'm looking from and I could tell that a lot of the people who are talking never been in a crisis before. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to do the best they can to keep the people positive, but they themselves are uncertain too. You see, so I saw that they were concerned about what you were doing with your time instead of how are you going to pass through the time. You know what I mean? So I felt that at the end of whenever this pandemic thing is over, that people were going to start judging you about what you did or didn't do with your time. And it kind of bothered me to notice that because everyone's situation is a very different situation. You know what I mean? Like everybody moves at that roller coaster speed, up and down, influx and up and down. The rat race that we live in New York City or wherever cities you guys that are watching are from. And there are people that don't get to see their families. There's people that don't get to like spend time with their spouses. They don't get time to rest. They don't get time to work out. They don't get time to learn something that they want to pick up on finish that painting, finish that song or album. You know what I mean? So instead of like just let people do what they have to do in their own flow, like let them find it. So I said, I'm not gonna, just because I'm phased don't mean that I have to immediately get on my pen game and start doing something because I have the time. No, I need the creativity to flow through very naturally at my own accordance, and then do that. And I said that if that happens, then I'll do what I have to do. And then somehow the bug hit me. I started going like crazy, just every day doing like 2 to 3 joints a day, like just doing it. And then what happened was I started having a conversation with one of my best friends, Static. You know him, child. So it's like, I told him, I was like, yo, Static, man, this is crazy. Like, I got to do something with these joints, man, because I can't be talking about how I'm feeling during the COVID. I don't feel well releasing this post-COVID. I have to find a way to release this during COVID. You know what I mean? So people know how I feel. And he was like, yeah, man, Faze, you just got to figure it out. And then what's crazy is one of my boys sent me a Tory Lanez song. And he was just trying to debate on why he don't put out music like that. And I'm looking at the way he put it out. And he put it out with this thing called a visualizer, where it showed like a visual on loop. And then he's playing his verses or his songs, but you tranced with the visual. So I said, yo, this don't look hard to do. I said, I'm going to try to figure this out. And then the first 2 quarantines were in that form. They were just like a visual that was looped, that you could just listen and vibe. But then somehow on the third one, which was a song called To Whom It May Concern, produced by King Henry, salute to my guy. And somehow I started playing around a little more. And then I started doing these fully kind of like picture animated type things. And I tried to do every single video, like try to do something that I didn't do on the last one. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And next thing you know, I have people asking me who's doing my video editing, who's doing this and that. And I'm like, bruh, it's me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, YouTube is a powerful tool to get tutorials and learn things. And I just was like, how do I do this on this? And then they'll tell me, and then I'll go and I'll apply it. And then from there on, you get all these joints. But on top of that, I'm not sure if you guys got to see, but like on the Instagram stories, I started doing like the Faze TV raps, where I do like a video show Friday, 9 in the morning. And it's like a video show, like watching Video Music Box or MTV Raps or something like that, just to as something that I could just stop somebody for like at least 6 minutes of their time and go through this feed and watch visuals to kind of distract them and make them feel better in their day. You know what I mean? Like, oh, damn, I haven't heard that song in a minute. Oh, what song is that? Yo, you know what I mean? And then hearing the voiceovers and all that stuff to make it like a proper video show. Like, I just did that for the people, you know what I mean? And then the quarantine raps is just me releasing my spirit and what I'm feeling in my mental health and stuff like that, just letting it go. So you guys can know where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that's how all that.
Okay. Yeah. Yo, man, listen, you like the I mean, you know, rocking the lesson and all that, and going out there every time, you know. Everyone always say it's like church, you know what I'm saying? So you like it is church, you know, hip hop temple, and you got that preacher vibe. And to me, I'm curious how you feel, man, because you know, a preacher without the congregation, you know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of hard, but somehow you seem to be managing. I know how social you are. I know how much you love people. I know how much light you give and energy you give to people, and you know, I'm just curious. I know the video world and all that don't substitute it, but like, how are you feeling right now with that? You know, like how are you feeling with that kind of disconnect with the actual public that has been following you for so many years?
Well, this is the thing, like, you know, duality is a crazy thing, right? So as much as I am strongly connected with the community and the different villages that are out there, and me trying to make sure that people are their great selves and them trying to make sure I am for them and vice versa, I'm also extremely private as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I know how to at a certain point I have to distance myself, or like too much access is too much. You know what I'm saying? So you got to know how to back away, and then you got to know how to come back and then show the love. I feel like that's in any relationship. You can't smother. You got to kind of let cats kind of linger around for a bit, and then you come back around and you know what I'm saying? You gotta
Right.
let them.
Rosa know
You
about
know what I
that.
mean?
Rosa. She was giving me that vibe for a long. She was like, hey. I was like, okay, I know how you are. Okay.
You know, gotta make them work. Gotta make them work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then also, to touch, like doing the lesson for 7 years, it's like, it's a lot. Like
Wow.
every year, it's doing 51 shows a year, and I know that that's nothing compared to what certain artists tour in their careers, like in their yearly career. But to do 51 shows that are just a lesson, and then anything outside of that, that's either myself or jumping on stage with you, Spirit, or jumping with somebody else, is like it adds up, and it's still a lot. And since the lesson had ended for us to progress as a band, the time was also very good and healing to kind of breathe a little bit as well. You know what I mean? Because I try to explain to people, and I hate to sound, how can I put it? I don't ever want to sound pessimistic about that journey, because that journey was one of the most fantastic things for me as a human being, and what that helped me become today. But people have to also wonder. I mean, they have to also think that I'm a human being, and I go through things as well. And sometimes, in a lot of those Thursdays, I'm suffering with a lot of things that I need time to try to deal with, and I couldn't. So then you get to the venue, and then everybody's like, "Oh, phase," or they're like, "Yo," they're trying to unload their situations on me, and I have to be there for them, and I am. You see what I'm saying? And I am.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have no problem, but it also is overwhelming. You see what I'm saying? So you kind of need that space to kind of decompress. You know what I mean? And get a little life in you to refill. Because if you think about, like, when you in a restaurant, right, and you sitting there and you got your glass of water or your cup of coffee, once you sip that coffee halfway, the waiter comes back around and he puts that coffee in your cup or that water in your cup, right? So sometimes I felt like, I'm pouring into a lot of cups, but when I need to be filled, when am I getting that fill? And sometimes I don't get that fill, or didn't get that fill, and I had to find it on my own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the dark side of the game. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So it comes with the territory, so you just know what it is. All I can say is that any of y'all who become leaders and forefront faces of for a long time, you're gonna feel that. I'm pretty sure Ill Spoken felt that. I'm pretty sure you felt that when you was doing your weekly mental notes joints. I'm sure that our homegirl Simona Costa, who does that house party, though, when she does it, it can get a lot. You know what I'm saying? But we don't ever get the opportunity to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? But it's all for the love of fellowship.
Right.
You know what I mean? So here we are.
Right. Hey, if we got people out there, if y'all got a question, we don't normally open it up like that, but my man's here. We already got people feeling what you're saying. Our homegirl out in Iceland, who's also an artist, she's a singer. She said, "Oh my God, I agree so much with that." You know what I'm saying? So he feels where you at, feels what you're talking about. I think a lot of artists can relate, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But on the note of, like, internationalism, just before all this was going down, your tour calendar was pretty intense, and I was like hitting people in different regions that I knew, and I was like, "Yo, my man's going to Switzerland. Yo, check him out." You know what I'm saying? Like, they were like, "Oh, word!" Like, because it was just such a small world that we got internationally. So to see y'all take the project abroad, how do you feel about that momentum, though? Like, did it? I know you're talking about the re-up and all that, but I feel like that was a whole nother phase, where you were going. And I know the 7-year cycle, whatever, but you were going through, like, this whole, like, all right, we crossing waters now and crossing borders, and how that was going down for you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, that was beautiful experience. I'm gonna tell you, it was hard. It was hard because like we had a put it like this, we had a lot of connecting flights. You know what I mean? So just put it like this, we had more flights than we had shows. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So we had a good amount of shows, and they were back to back to back to back. But we had a lot of flights as well. But what was beautiful about that was it was that it allowed me to see how the international crowd viewed us in a way that I never heard the New York crowd say about us. And what that was is and the beauty of it is that it's going to fall in line with a lot of the things that people are fighting for. But I remember when we were in Den Haag, Netherlands, and we performed in this legendary venue, and I remember this girl, she just told me, she was like, yo, you guys, you don't understand what you guys look like from where we at. And I was like, what do you mean? She goes, when you talk about masculinity, you see all different kinds of masculinity on stage, and it's not even toxic. You have yourself, who's a very strong man, and then you have this partner who's singing with you, who is 100% gay, super strong and black, and fighting for what he believes in and for the culture that we all live in. And then this you see this white guy here, this white guy here, who could, these different type of levels of masculinity that is so beautiful to see together. It's like the United Colors of Benetton. It's like they all there, you know what I mean?
Right.
They all there together, and people are seeing an idea that can be hard for the palate if you put that in everybody's face. Like, not everybody's gonna feel that because it's a lot of energy, and to see that so positive and unifying, you know that there's going to be something out there that wants to disrupt that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, traveling to these different cities and countries, and to see the kind of love and the kind of culture that's out there, man, it's eye-opening. That was my first time international, so it was like a big culture shock for me. There's a negative side to everything, so I'll talk about that too. And the negative side of it is the stereotype, the discrimination, the racial stuff that happens, that people like, which was mostly in the airports, and a lot of double checking, pulling you back. Nah, I don't believe. Nah, let me pat you down again. Like, really, like, doing things that are very unnecessary. I remember landing in Sweden, and there was a mishap with the hotel, and this woman walks in the hotel, and she points at me, and she tells the person she was with, "Oh, look, that's the terrorist that was on our flight." You know what I mean? Like to hear a person say that.
Wow.
In Germany, in Berlin, I saw some people. Saying some things in their language about our singer, you know what I mean, because of what he reps. And they weren't used to seeing it so flossed out.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was very aggravating to see and to have to experience. So for every positive, you might run into that, but it's how you deal with that, and the lessons that you learn from that. So it's like, I'm not gonna lie, when I got back, it took me a while. You know what I mean? Like, I recall, like, visiting a friend at a local bar, and I was having a sip of whiskey, and I would just zone out. And my friend would be like, "Yo, are you okay?" And I was like, "Yo, you don't understand. Like, there's some things I experienced on the road that it got me kind of messed up right now. I kind of just gotta let this digest and let this, go." So I got the scar, but I have the lesson. So now I know what to expect, and I always walk in love. So it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But that treatment ain't all good though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the thing. But like my man, there's still people that are from certain places on the road that still hit me today. You know what I mean? Like, there's people from Sweden that are still hitting me and saying, "Yo, I can't believe that like your stuff is like inspirational. I can't wait to see you back over here, like that kind of stuff. And to think that we were supposed to go back on tour the following week after the shutdown
Right.
of the city, we were supposed to go right back to
Hmm.
Europe again. You know what I mean? So look how crazy
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You could create the most divine of plans, and if that's not what's supposed to happen, it's not gonna happen. You
Hmm.
know?
It's true. It's true. Got something to say, Miss Bettina?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm just. It's so good to see you face. It's good to see your face. Good to hear you talk. It's been a minute. And I'm still glowing from the mentorship work
Mm.
that we got to do. You worked with many different youth all across New
Absolutely.
York, and
Yes.
to see you move in the mentorship on many stages, right? Like I feel like with someone with your kind of platform, you have the mentorship at many phases, and you have a lot of young fans. So can you speak to folks that are feeling the weight of the negative news that keeps coming out, and the oppression on communities, whether it's healthcare oppression and not having access to resources, or it's state oppression. What advice would you give to our young folks out there?
All I can simply say is educate yourself. That is it. And people may say, what do you mean by educate yourself? That's so broad. It's very easy. There's something you want to know, go and you have access to the information, go find it out. You want to know what the CDC is, go look for it. You want to know, what's going on with the pandemic, look it up. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna tell you, there was one time I was doing a workshop, and I'm in the process of writing a verse about it, but it's like, I remember when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I was doing workshops about some of the songs, and I was doing these lyric breakdowns with the kids. So, you know, one of the kids was 18 years old, and he looked at me, he goes, "Yo, FaZe, man, I promise you, man, I mess with Kendrick, yo. I mess with him, but it's like I feel like every time I listen to him, I gotta stop it every couple minutes so I could go pick up a dictionary because I don't understand what he's saying. And it's like I need to when I listen to music, I gotta listen to somebody that talks like me. Now, when he said that to me, so many different things flow through my body and my mind's body. And I told him, whose fault is that? You know what I mean? I said, whose fault is that? My man, Kendrick's only 10 years older than you. You know what I'm saying? He's very relative to you right now. You know what I mean? So you take that time, read that book, pick up that dictionary, and be ahead of the curve because you smart and you wise. So I wouldn't want to hear you say that when it comes to a future leader that could help change your life. And because you don't understand the vocabulary, you don't receive the message.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And all that falls under education. But what's messed up is, people talk about defunding the police, but education has been defunded for years. You know what I'm saying? For years. And you know what I mean?
Talk
And
about
that's
it.
messed up that these people are creating these lesson plans. They're busting their ass night to night to try to make you better. And they're not even getting compensated in the way to do it. They're taking all the programs away. They're very limited. You know what I'm saying? So it's insane, man. So we all need to pitch in on this education. Don't judge nobody for not knowing anything. If somebody comes to you humbly, I don't know what that means. If you know what that means, take the time and let them know. Because my mom always say, one day it's them and one day it'll be you. So don't front, pass that education. And that's what you do. That's what both of you guys do. When I knew you guys separately, you guys had a similar idea, but doing it in a slightly different way. And now look at the union in that, and look at all the double amount of people that y'all helping. Me, it's like we're like-minded people. So everywhere I go, I feel like I'm dropping a gem somewhere. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care if I'm in the corner of a bodega. I don't care if I'm in a park. I don't care if I'm in an apartment building or bar. I'm always going to drop some type of truth because somebody is vulnerable somewhere and they need to receive something. And if I can do it organically and naturally, I will. So my only advice to y'all young people is truly try to educate yourself, because there was a time when the people who came before you didn't have the information that they have today. I'm gonna tell you this: Martin Luther King, right? You have Kendrick, you have Cole, who are the elite artists of the game, right? They're 35 years old. When they make mistakes and they get called out on, and the culture wants to try to cancel them, the first thing that people who are in these positions, they'll be like and say, "Yo, man, I'm no Malcolm X, I'm no Martin Luther King," and I'm like, and I sit back and say, "But you know what? You 4 years younger than the age that he was before he died, and look at all the work that he did with limited information, limited access."
Mm-hmm.
And he still was able to rally the people from all the cities, going to all the churches and saying, "Can you give me one Sunday's worth of collection so I could gather up and do all these different things?" Yo, he's a human being like anybody else. We all have the power to be the Kings and the Malcolms and the Farrakhan's, and we have that power. But we have to educate ourselves first. By you saying no first, which sometimes I have a problem with that and I'm working on it. But instead of saying no first, think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what you're keeping yourself from learning, that you wouldn't need to outsource somewhere else or need somebody else to say the message. You know what I mean?
Right on. Right on.
Right on.
Education. That's my man. Dropping gems everywhere, wherever he is. If you don't know, this is phase one. We're going to put some more links on there. Follow him on Instagram, especially with these videos. If you ain't curious by now, I don't know what you're doing. You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention. There's so many things I know we could build on. We're gonna have to have you back. We're gonna have to have a three-peat, repeat, four-peat, because I just realized as he was talking, when you mentioned the mentorship,
Yeah.
I was like, man, he like a holistic web of good news. So it's
True.
like within yourself, you got different compartments of the good news that you spread. You know what I'm saying? I think we got to figure it out and get you back and maybe talk a little bit about that Eli Black track you did. You know what I'm saying? And like all the other things that you're working on doing
Yeah, yeah.
and what you got going on for the future. But if you got anything that you want people to know, to look out for, let us know how we can support you and say it right now, whatever it is, because that's what it's here for.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. First, I want to say thank you to you, Spirit, um, because you were the first person to, after seeing me, like after not seeing me for about like 6 years at a certain point, you know what I mean? And then you finally saw me again and you saw like the evolve, you automatically saw the mentor power, you know what I mean? And it's not to say that it's not something I didn't want to get into. I just wanted to get into it later in life. And you allowed me to see that I can do that now. And it's very valuable for me to do that now. And and Rosa, I thank you, because you were the catalyst in allowing me how to learn how to do that, like how to kind of hone it in a bit. And I'm still learning too, but how to like hone it in and keep a crowd engaged when it comes to younger people and what they need to know and how to like get the message to them, like far as with the icebreakers and all these different things that you are so popular for when when you gather. But like things like that, I just want to thank you guys for it, because that was just another avenue that was outside of music, that it allowed me to share some of the same gifts that I use in the music out there. But all I can tell the people is, please just follow me on IG, Phase One Music, all spelled out, PHASEONE Music, all spelled out, and stay tuned to what we're doing, and also what the Lesson GK is doing. The Lesson, all spelled the same, GK at the end, on Instagram, and just stay tuned, because we do have an album to drop that is ready to go, but we just waiting for the right time.
Okay.
So just thank you for the support. I love you guys a lot for what you've done to help me become the human being and the man that I am. And for whatever I've done for you guys, I'm eternally grateful, and I will profoundly always do that. And I will always have that word, or I will try to always be that guy for y'all. So regardless of where I'm at in my heart and mind. You know what I mean? So salute to y'all. Love y'all.
Salute to you, brother. We love you. We love you so much, and we these are times of whatever it is, but when things are the way they need to be, we're gonna be where we need to be at. And you just definitely one of the first brothers we need to hook up and get a nice hug from. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, could I say this one
yeah,
last
yeah.
thing? That in these times are very heavy, guys, young people, adults. This time is very heavy. There's a lot of people that we look up to. There's a lot of people that we look up to that we overlook. Do not overlook the people on ground level that are speaking the change that you are expecting to get from the people on the top. If you're not getting it from the people from the top, please look from left to right, because you might find another voice that is just as strong that needs to be catapulted and put on a soapbox so they can speak that truth and pierce if those on the top or not. Just remember, everybody's human. Everybody falls short of the glory. They all fall short of the glory. So, you know, don't like stop expecting so much from people and educate yourself and watch the people around you, because you might be dumbfounded by the dopeness that is in your circumference instead of looking up there.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
mm.
So
Words of
one thing I
wisdom.
wanted
I
to say.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
We got to figure out how to get our girl Kate to get some more sound bites from you. We're gonna chop up some of your stuff. Don't be surprised if you don't see 1 minute, 2 minute clips here and there floating around, circulating with some quotes and memes and all that shit with you.
No doubt.
We
No
love
doubt.
you,
You know what I
brother.
mean?
We love you. We love you. We love you. Can't say it
Man.
enough. And you always with you. Anytime you need anything, just hit us up. We ain't nothing but a few boroughs away, and you know how it is. All right? Peace, peace.
Absolutely, man. For real.
Peace, family.
Yeah.
All right, take care.
Peace. Take care,
Yes,
man.
thank you. Phase One World Wonder helped us summer of 2013. We raised $10,000 from the people, no corporate sponsors. $10,000 to have an incredible summer camp at the door, and then he stuck with us to the summer of 2014, where we had a specific camp in Harlem for against gun violence and police brutality, and just he's done so much more work with the youth, but Urban Art Beat specifically has to say thank you to him, because as you heard, as you will see, as you follow him, he's got the voice that you want to follow. So we thank you. We thank you.
Yeah,
Faze.
yeah. And if you know, there's a thing about giving roses, right? Wasn't that thing we're gonna do sometime?
Yeah, we
Giving
doing
roses. Yeah, but I mean, like, for other people out there, you know who you are. You went to see Faze perform.
Yeah.
You went to a show. You got put on to something, and when you got put on to that something, you probably started a movement. Hip hop culture. You was inspired. Okay, don't wait till people are not in your area or whatever. Just be like, yo, man, like you were the one that got me to do this.
Mm.
You put me on stage. You know what I'm saying? Especially all the young people that we know. Come on, y'all. Like, yeah, give it up to people. And like my man was saying, I think it's really, really, really real. You know, that's the energy that all artists need. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care who you are. It goes a long way for somebody to say, thank you, I see you, I appreciate what you're doing, I appreciate what you've done, you're doing a lot, I love you. It don't take that much, but the cup that he's talking about, 7 years, filling up cups,
Fill their
fill
cup.
a cup back, give the cup back. We got hearts popping off, that's what I'm talking about, just give the love back, and then figure out practically how to have the artist or the person that you adore or love or that inspired you just feel that love. Feel that love, right? It's easy to do. It's real easy to do. You can start by following him on Instagram. You can start by checking out his commenting, just giving that love back, because that's what he's putting a lot of work in.
And love is food. Love is food. We think a lot of folks that have an audience, have followers, that they know how grateful we are, but sometimes people don't know, and we need to share that. And I love that Spirit said inspire. Fire. You said I can't do it, but you said it like FaZe would say it, and FaZe was talking about young people educate yourself. Also, keep yourself in connection with people that inspire you. So one thing that was fantastic about the lesson or having a band that you love, Freestyle Mondays he talks about, is that the culture is creative, and when you're around other people that are doing positive things and that get to speak out against injustice, that is contagious. So we're seeing, we had on Saturday when we had the Club Corona open mic, we had a young woman who wrote a piece during the open mic because she was so inspired by the culture that was happening. And it was in Spanish and English, and it was freaking beautiful. So let people know when they inspire you, and keep sharing the love and give the roses where they are, because we need people that inspire to stay inspired themselves. And as Anita said, could not agree more with fill the cup. Yes.
Fill the cup.
Yes.
Fill the cup. Fill the cup.
Fill the cup.
No, people know what it is. You know what it is.
You know what it is.
You know what it is. It's a frequency. It's spiritual. You know, anybody who channels the way our people that we bring on. From Maya, Azucena, Phase One, even the Work Music Cambia. You know what I'm saying? People even on the international OLAD, like cats give this kind of pure. I don't know if it's coming from just it's a combination of things, but definitely you can feel first they're giving because they're channeling, and there's no purpose beyond the intention of giving to whatever craft they're doing, and then that's radiated. People just pick up on that shit, and I think that's fire, man. I think all of y'all artists out there, we love you. We know how hard it is. All of you creators, builders, teachers, we love you. We know how hard it is out there. That's why we doing this. Good news, good news. What else you got for us, Christina?
I want to give.
She pulled out the ball.
I want to give roses to Lisa Duggan, who has joined us once again to organize. She has known Spirit for a long time, and she sent this beautiful book on grandmothers. So Spirit put out an album in April, March of the Matriarch, and we speak a lot to our elders and how much they have given us. So giving roses to you is beautiful. I don't know how he does 10 wins on Mondays, because he just give all day long with the organizing, but just a beautiful book on grandmothers, and this is having roses, but they last forever, and our kids get to read it.
Listen, they last forever. It's dope, and we're gonna experiment at some point, I think, because we might do the Zoom thing and see how we can work that, because also Lisa contributed and blessed us to have our Maroon Mondays remote learning. Those is another invitation to have an account that we can be protected from privacy there. So we're really excited about that. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you. All right, so that was a beautiful interview, and I'm gonna just read headlines like a news reporter.
Okay, let's
ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
All right,
here we go.
You gotta fling them though.
Oh, he loves when I fling them. Well, when I try. Had a white ally group at my job today. It's a middle school on the Lower East Side, and people did not need to show up, and they did show up, and they have solutions and plans.
Look at it; she placed it nicely on the floor.
Dang it! Yeah, cheers to white allies that are studying and starting book clubs. Okay, go ahead.
This one?
Oh, you want to do this one?
Yeah.
But first, you gotta show the people.
Show the people. All right.
Okay. This weekend there is a queer liberation march, not to be confused with the Pride March. The Pride March has been canceled, but if you know much about New York City Pride, it was definitely co-opted by large corporations. So the queer nice flair. The Queer Liberation March has no corporations, and they claim no police, and they are combining forces and marching for Black lives. So that is this weekend.
She said headlines.
Join us.
Give me this. Give me this.
Yes. Maroon and Youth. Yay!
Hey, Mara, we waiting for you. We got something to say about one of these things.
Not that one.
Not this one.
Yes,
well, yes, this one.
That one. Sorry.
Yes, Maroon Youth Leadership. We are excited. Oh, I'm sorry. Maroon Youth Leadership. My goddaughter, Amara, she is an amazing soul, a grandchild of the Young Lords, and she has been organizing hard with us, and she just moved up and leading our family Maroon Mondays. So thank you so much for your work, your energy, your love, your passion, and what you give. You are amazing.
Well done. Well done. All right. Supreme Court, look it up. Two amazing movements. DACA for our dreamers, they can stay. FU to 45. And LGBTQIA have protections on the job.
See, the thing is, when I flip them, that means you gotta go.
Okay, here we go.
Because I'm doing this real slow and you still...
Partners with patients.
Hey, Wells, I don't know if you're watching, but we showed you love earlier. We just got to show you more love, and every time we got to give love, give love, give love. Wells is the partner, husband, soulmate of my goddaughter, Amara, who is also supporting in such a way that it allows her to organize. Even yesterday, on Father's Day, we had a kind of last minute call to organize for today. It doesn't stop, and just like no problem, chill, no problem. Yeah, I got it, and he's holding it down. Wells, we love you. Mm-hmm. Partners, make it work.
True story.
True.
You're a revolutionary matriarch.
Who's that?
Well.
Oh yes, you are. I was like, you're pointing over there.
Yes.
Wait, I'm not.
I think that's it.
Okay, if you missed us, we talked about Black and Brown Unite. We talked about Maroon Mondays. We can't say it enough. Maroon Mondays. Join us. You don't know what that is? Maroon Mondays. FaZe was talking about education. You want to know? Listen, educate yourself. This is the time to do that. Revolutionary movements, we're here to work with you. Let us know. June 20th. June 20th, Club Corona. Check us out. I don't know when the next one is, but anytime you hear Club Corona or you see a hashtag or you see a date, check it out. Be a part of it. They are doing amazing things. They are so holistic. And the youth come and they show up and they show out.
And they show up because someone taps and emails and Instagrams and follows up. So we have a lot of youth all over the place at this point, and we want to bring them closer. A lot of communities are not together because we don't have the spaces to do that safely. So reach out to your people.
Good news! Hey! Live from the epicenter of innovation and creation.
You give us some good news, and we'll give you a world.
Another world is happening because of you. See you in the streets. See you out there. Oh, Thursday. I'm so sorry. Thursday, City Hall. The next part of the movement when FaZe was talking about defunding and putting money into education. It should have been a long time ago, 40 years. Right the fuck on. What's happening right now, the next phase of that movement is having, this week is all negotiations, and we're about revolutionary action, but we'll rock with the reform if you're gonna rock for about 80 miles or so, and then we'll see what's happening, and we'll keep there talking about abolish and get rid of the police. Mm-hmm. But until then, we'll take that money if you can direct it to the right places. So hopefully education, social services, counseling, mental health, just anything other than more pigs. I mean, that's, period. That's what we want to see. Thursday, we're going to be out there, City Hall, 5 p.m. It's a call, Justice Committee, also Fierce Fury, if you know who they are, LGBTQ, rock on, working with the young people out there. And the mothers. The mothers will be back. We'll be organizing with the mothers and the families that cry for justice. We'll be there with them. We're also working on a few albums, which I forgot to add. FaZe, we're going to hit you up. because we want you to work on some stuff. Young Lords, Black Panther, as you're doing your 40 plus songs in the next batch, maybe just think about that.
Batches of music.
The next batch. Also, there was another project. It's the Young Lords. Oh, and the mothers and families cry for justice. So I know we're all connected. Faze, you're in the Bronx. We want to talk about anybody. We can use your talents on that. We can just put it out there and let the people know who we are and what we do. That's the cultural work that we do as well. As far as organizing culture work, it's in our blood. But we've kind of graduated from that a long time ago and started doing a bit more militant things, which is what Maroon Mondays is about. Come check us out. Education. Do it.
Yes. Honeysuckle Magazine.
Peace.
Good.
Another good news. Print magazines. Follow them on Instagram as well. Writing amazing articles. Like my man. I don't know if y'all did it. Y'all should check your link up. Blue Dream Radio, Hector, what's up? Y'all got to link up with Honeysuckle Magazine. I'm telling you, y'all have similar ideas, similar vibes, and y'all good people. All right? Cool. What else we got? I think that's what we did the whole thing. Peace and unconditional revolutionary matriarchal Maroon love. We love you. See you next week.
See you Thursday. See you in the streets.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.